Welcome back to Celebrew, where we dive into the controversies and hidden stories behind your favorite celebrities and creators. Today, we're taking a deep, dark dive into the world of Colleen Hoover, the best-selling author whose romantic tales have captivated millions. But behind the seemingly perfect facade lies a web of controversy, allegations, and questionable choices that have left many fans feeling betrayed. Colleen Hoover. Her name is synonymous with romance, right? But what if the love stories we've been devouring are actually glorifying something far more sinister? We're talking about domestic violence, abuse, and the insidious ways these themes are woven into her narratives. Millions of readers have fallen in love with her characters, but many are now questioning whether they've been unwittingly drawn into a world where abuse is romanticized. Books like It Ends With Us, hailed as a powerful love story, are now under intense scrutiny. Critics argue that Hoover's portrayal of abusive relationships blurs the lines between passion and toxicity, leaving young and impressionable readers with a distorted view of love. The core issue, the way she writes these scenarios. The intense attraction, the moments of tenderness followed by outbursts of violence. It's a dangerous cocktail that many believe normalizes and even excuses abusive behavior. This isn't just a difference of opinion. It's a fundamental concern about the impact these stories have on a vulnerable audience. Hoover's books are known for their emotional depth, but that depth often comes from exploring dark and disturbing themes. We're talking about characters grappling with extreme trauma, emotional manipulation, physical abuse, and even hints of incest. Consent is frequently blurred, and misogynistic behavior is often excused because the male characters are attractive or powerful. Think about it. Young women are the primary consumers of these books. They're absorbing these stories, internalizing these dynamics, and potentially normalizing red flags in relationships. The line between storytelling and harmful influence is razor thin, and many argue that Hoover has crossed it. Comments from readers highlight this concern. They talk about glossing over instances of assault, accepting them as part of the narrative. One reader even mentioned 2 specific instances of sexual assault in Verity, and how the main character almost ignores them, making it seem like it's a normal occurrence. This normalization is precisely what critics fear. They worry that young readers will begin to see these behaviors as acceptable, even romantic, leading to potentially dangerous real-life situations. The It Ends With Us adaptation has been a lightning rod for controversy. From casting choices to plot changes, every aspect of the film has been dissected and debated. But perhaps the most tone-deaf decision was the planned It Ends With Us coloring book, a coloring book based on a story about domestic violence. What are we coloring? Scenes of abuse? Quotes that normalize toxic behavior? The very idea is jarring, and it sparked outrage across social media. Hoover initially defended the concept, stating it was meant to highlight Lily's strength, but she quickly backtracked after facing intense backlash. The coloring book fiasco perfectly encapsulates the disconnect between Hoover and her critics. It highlights the author's apparent inability to grasp the gravity of the issues she portrays. It's not just about a book, it's about the message it sends. A coloring book trivializes the very real and devastating impact of domestic violence. This incident also brought to light the intense fandom, the cohorts, that Hoover has. While loyal, they also put a lot of pressure on her to address issues, which could explain some of her reaction to criticism. The It Ends With Us adaptation has also been marred by a bitter legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. Hoover, initially supportive of Baldoni, suddenly switched her allegiance to Lively. This abrupt change has raised eyebrows and fueled speculation about hidden motives. Baldoni's lawsuit alleges harassment and a calculated effort to seize control of the film. Emails reveal Hoover suggesting Baldoni play the lead role, contradicting her later claims. This discrepancy, coupled with her sudden support of Lively, suggests a potential power play. Rumors swirl about a morality clause in Hoover's contract, allowing her to reclaim the rights if the producer faced serious allegations. This theory, while unconfirmed, adds a layer of intrigue to the already complex situation. Did Hoover switch sides to regain control of her work? Was this a calculated move orchestrated by Lively and Ryan Reynolds, as some have alleged? The timing of these events, combined with Hoover's silence and social media blackout, has fueled intense speculation. It seems there's more to this story than meets the eye, and the truth remains shrouded in mystery. The controversy doesn't stop with her books. Allegations of sexual harassment have surfaced against Hoover's son, Levi. A Twitter user claimed Levi harassed her when she was 16, and that Hoover blocked her when she tried to report it. Hoover addressed these allegations in a private Facebook group, denying the claims and stating that her son and the accuser were online friends who had never met in person. She admitted that her son sent a message that made the accuser uncomfortable, but she downplayed the severity of the situation. Critics argue that Hoover's response was inadequate. They point out that soliciting explicit photos from a minor is a federal crime, regardless of state laws. They also criticize her for communicating with the minor directly instead of involving her parents or law enforcement. This situation raises serious questions about Hoover's judgment and her commitment to addressing issues of abuse. Her defense of her son, combined with her controversial portrayal of abusive relationships in her books, creates a disturbing pattern. Despite the mounting criticism, Hoover remains defiant. She has addressed the controversies in various ways, from red carpet interviews to Facebook posts, often downplaying the concerns and defending her creative choices. In response to allegations of romanticizing abuse, she claims to find Lily's journey empowering and honest. She justifies the character's flawed decisions as storytelling. But this defense rings hollow for many readers who feel betrayed by her apparent lack of empathy. Hoover has also addressed rumors of retirement, assuring her fans that she has no plans to stop writing. She promises to continue creating stories and engaging with her audience, albeit at a slower pace. But the question remains, can Hoover regain the trust of her readers? Can she address the legitimate concerns about her portrayal of abuse and take responsibility for the impact her work has on young minds? The future of Colleen Hoover's career hangs in the balance. Her response to these controversies will determine whether she can continue to be a best-selling author or become a cautionary tale about the dangers of romanticizing abuse. What do you think? Has Colleen Hoover crossed a line? Are her books a dangerous influence, or are critics overreacting? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world of celebrity controversies. Until next time, stay curious and stay critical.